Alright, physical Super Vegito versus Cell Max. We'll take a look at here, and we'll see how good he looks. This is my build for him. 24 crit, 11 additional, and 3 dodge. Full offense equips. He should be looking pretty good. I think that Vegito has been actually not bad. I think he's fine as an EZA, I guess is a good way to say it. I don't think he's anything like especially crazy or incredible, but he gets the job he's intended to be done, right? For the most part. I think there's one thing I don't like about his design, and it's the fact that, again, he wants to take all these attacks. I mean, well, he sucks here. But with him wanting to take all these attacks, the issue is most of the attacks in a given rotation are usually in the first slot. And as you see right there as a really good example, a lot of the times you just get supered if you're just put in the first slot. So that's the only thing about Vegito I'm not a big fan of. But you can get away in certain situations even with him in slot 1. And if you're using him like as a slot 2 or 3 character, he is still gonna be able to do pretty well, like tanking every single normal in the game with ease, which I think is gonna be the biggest thing we're gonna show here. Him being fine against normal attacks. And if you are able to get a circumstance where you have like maybe a scouter up and he's able to show off his potential with damage, especially, things can get really good for him specifically. So one thing about Vegito is obviously it's going to be very hard for him to be able to build up. I think I'll get this here, we'll get this with you, and then we'll push Blue Gogeta off. We're going to have Esther Ultimate go on. Okay, we'll see how things go. Hopefully, I think it would be nice if we can fall under 50% HP, just so we could actually exchange with these guys right here. Vegito's best friend is, I think, this guy, funny enough. Until we get like S tier Super Vegito's EZA. I've been using it a lot in the other rotate and the other showcases, right? I mean, this unit, obviously, a lot of people agree he's the best unit in the game. Either him or the other Super Saiyan 3 and 2 unit. But the thing about him is when he is exchanged to Vegeta, given that 80% offense support and then having the revive, means that one, you could allow Vegeta to do tons of damage. And then 2, Vegito will be able to revive, technically, or you won't die if Vegito gets tagged with the super attack if you put him where most of the attacks are. So it's just a really good rotation. I'm not even sure if it was necessarily intended, I'll be completely honest, but it does work out pretty well. I do like this guy a lot next to him. And it's kind of funny. I didn't really think about this being a rotation. I didn't really see anyone talk about it, but I mean, you could be like, well, shocker, the best unit in the game works with any unit, basically insane unit. It's like, well, fair enough, right? Okay. I don't think we're going to fall under 50% here. That's the only issue. Unless you just get demolished, which we could try and get in here. If, like, we allow Vegito get demolished, I think he might take a ton of damage here, maybe. Hopefully he gets, like, super attacked, that'd be good. Okay, we're taking some damage. He has to get super attack though in order for us to actually take damage like that, so hopefully that does happen. No, you just dodge. Don't dodge. Okay, well, yeah, we're not gonna be able to get him out. Which does suck. Okay, maybe I should have just kept Blue Gogeta then. Probably should have just kept Blue Gogeta, but we move. We'll be fine, right? Surely. Alright, and you're dead. Oh, you're not actually dead, but you're gonna be dead here. Sweet, okay. So, Vegito's gonna have like 2 or 3 links active this next turn. Yeah, we moved too fast with this team. I'm not sure if Vegito's really gonna be like a Cell Max, you know, oh, I have to use Vegito here, but we'll see. We'll put him around the first slot. I mean, if he gets instantly supered, he's dead, right? But this is what we gotta see here. Vegito right in the mix of things. Alright, okay. His full offense pass was not built up. I guess one other thing I should point out with Vegito is that the counters, obviously he's doing like a 200k counter attack stat. I believe it's technically like 3 times like than what you see on the screen, like the actual damage. We're dead here, which sucks, so we'll hop back in. From what I'm understanding, or the counter like value is actually higher than what you see in the screen. So it's not just like that 200k which I feel like, you know, people seeing that lower number, they're like, oh, you know, his counters hit very weak. Which is fair, right? I think compared to, like, if we're gonna compare this guy to Great Saiyaman 3, that's understandable. But let's hop back in. Hopefully we can get the actual exchange this time. Alright, so again, it's very difficult to get the rotation I was trying to get with the GT Vegeta, because this fight is so short and you don't take damage until you're against Cell Max. So we're just gonna do this here. We're gonna see how things turn out. Blue Gogeta slot 1, this guy slot 2, and this unit in slot 3. Vegito is getting most of his links active again. As long as Blue Gogeta is not a fraud, we will be fine. That's all I have to say here. Okay, there's the first super attack right there that, again, I've been talking about is the issue with having Vegito, is you want to put him where all the attacks are, but a lot of the times most of the attacks in slot 1 will just have a super attack there, right? Yeah, and his damage numbers without that support with the GT Vegeta is just not there like it should be, unfortunately. I mean, the double super attack is good. His counter attack should actually do some pretty good damage here. And he's giving double defense support to the GT, Goku, and Vegeta at the end, who happened like off rotation, not super attacking at all, right? Like that right there, that's pretty good crit damage with the counters, right? He can cook, you know, on his counters. It's just, even, I don't know, maybe I should really give this guy dodge. Because if I gave him like a full dodge build, he already has the built-in crits, and it's like, okay, well, you could put him where all these attacks are. You could do some extra damage, right? I mean, you wouldn't do as much damage as this current build I'm running, but the thing about that is you would actually be able to, what's it called, like have him in slot 1 there built up, and you could potentially dodge the super attacks, you know. And if you could dodge the super attacks, that would be very well. Or we need someone like S tier Vegito to EZA, right? If S tier Vegito gets his EZ, that'll be really strong. Or, yeah, just, they did kind of fumble his offense. His defense, I think I'm okay with. It's just that his offense should have been high enough to, like, okay, fine. Maybe his, you know, he can't take super attacks. That's not the biggest deal. A lot of these characters, high-end characters, are also not able to take super attacks at endgame, right? Just very rare for characters to be able to just straight up tank a super attack. But the thing is, his damage should be a little higher to make up for that. Even though, like, he's a 2017 unit, I get that. And in certain rotations, he can look very good. Just a little more consistency with it would have been really, really helpful. I mean, even if it was just an extra 100% attack at the start of turn, that would be really, really good for this guy, right? It's just not something we're seeing. So maybe next turn we'll see some pretty good numbers potentially, right, with the counters. Does this kill me actually? Some X just kill me, so if he does, then yeah, Esther Gohan. Without like All in the Family and stuff, he's not cooking as hard. I guess we'll just end it there. I mean, there's not much else left to show. Kind of showed, okay, Vegito he's not able to fulfill his role the way he wants to, but I think he's still a very solid option you can run. I mean, the issue with like him against some of these bosses recently, like Cell Max can do multiple supers per turn. We got the Gamma 1 and 2 fight where there's multiple enemies. It's like there's multiple super attacks going on within the same turn, so it's not as easy to hide this guy. So we'll see how things happen. Maybe that Shadow Dragon Saga events, right, against Sin, Omega Shenron, whatever it's going to be. Maybe he has a countdown super at the end of his Omega, and then we know exactly where the super attack is. Omega bosses usually have something like that, and then this guy's value can go up a lot more. STR Super Vegito EZAs, we have a Scouter, right? Let me know what you guys think of them. I think I might do more showcases. I don't see the point of taking them into Broly. I might do it anyways, but the thing about him versus Broly is that Broly's another one of these bosses that are just going to double super. There's the AoE phase, like, you're not going to take this guy against Broly. So, is there really a point in showing him? Probably not. The Cell Max Red Zone, no. I think this is going to be it. My 3 showcases for him against Omega, which I already did. The Cell Max fight, and then the Medical Core. I think those are the stages where he's going to cook. So I think from here, I'll look at S tier or Super Brew. I might have like a showcase for Super Brew up today. I'll decide. Let me know what you guys think though, and I'll catch you next time.